Hi again, everybody. I'm Craig Minervini, and welcome to RHI Rewind, our look back at the 1994 roller hockey season. On the program, we've got the Montreal Roadrunners against the Pittsburgh Phantoms, and of course, as always, Jim Fox joining us. And Jim, two pretty good teams in the Eastern Conference. Pittsburgh had a great start. They were 8-0 at one point. They're now 9-2 in first place in the Central. And Montreal 7-5, second place in the Atlantic Division.
With Pittsburgh, they're showing how much balance can be important to any team. The balance, they're good offensively, they're good defensively because they can skate and they're big. They put some pretty good hits on you. With the Montreal Roadrunners, it's kind of a different story. 2 games above 500. They lost their leading scorer, Patrice Lefebvre, earlier in the season. So now they're trying to find their identity. Can they play better defense? Should they try and pick up the offense? Just trying to get back on track.
To beat the Phantoms, you have to stop their potent power play, 55% this year, third in the league, and then really to beat anybody, you got to stop the power play. But that does not happen often in the RHI.
We knew that it was going to happen. The high percentages on the power play. You start with 4 skaters, so when you lose one, it's 4-on-3. At times, you're 2 men short, down to a 4-on-2. There's so much open floor in roller hockey on the power play. Most teams go to a diamond because they know they're going to get a pretty good shot. With all that open space, the puck moves around pretty quick.
You will see a guy named Lemieux at Pittsburgh. Mario's brother, Alain Lemieux, an NHLer, plays for the Phantoms, and he is a good one. Montreal and Pittsburgh from the Igloo. Let's go there. A crowd of just under 4,000 gathered in the Igloo for this midsummer hockey contest, but not on ice. Here's the Montreal starting lineup. In the net is Marc Delorme. On the back line, Andre Brassard. And up front, Réal Gaudin, Robert St. Louis, and Carl Boudreau. In the nets for Montreal is Marc Delorme, 24 years of age from Quebec, a record of 6-2, and so far the best goals against average in the league. The Pittsburgh starting lineup. In the net is Sylvain Rodrigue. On defense, Brock Woods. And up front, it's Jeff Whittle, George Wilcox, and Scott Burfoot. Sylvain Rodrigue is 21 years of age. He hails from Quebec, a record of 3 victories and 1 defeat, and a goals against average a little above 8 goals a game. Coach Yvon Conway watches the opening faceoff where we start the action. Now up to Carl Boudreau. As the Roadrunners work it out, here's Boudreau. Down the wing, cross shots, and it hit the post. Good shot by St. Louis. Rebound is banged home. And the Roadrunners, 24 seconds into the contest, are on the board 1-0. Good work by Boudreau and Robert St. Louis, number 22 to score. Here's Boudreau coming down the left side, a big score from the Central Hockey League. The one-time pass we've seen a lot of. St. Louis hitting the post, but Boudreau is there to pounce on the rebound. Watch 55 in front. Puck goes right off the bar, and good job by Boudreau. Montreal goalie Marc Delorme readies himself, and we go back to the play 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Especially when you use an offensive force, you lose him. The power play, special teams, so important.
Here's Lemieux in front, holding on. Alain Lemieux looks a lot like Mario out there. Goes to shot, score! Brian Cook from the point, set up by Mr. Lemieux, and the Phantoms have tied the game.
Lemieux dropping that puck, and it just looked like the motion away from the play really caused the distraction. Lemieux just setting things up. You see he's in control, and he just drops it off. That's when Cook decides to skate in, and Cook's in a great scoring position right there, right down the middle of the slot. You see Montreal has the other players picked up very well. You get a good look at it here. Everyone else is picked up, except the man coming right down the middle, and that's Brian Cook.
Forgive it, right shot, score! Oh, good chance in front, and Jamie Adams put it home, and the Phantoms lead 2-1. A good shot by Adams, who had just about one spot to find, and he found it.
Something simple right here. Simple because it was a one face-off. Very important. One of the few times in hockey you have a set play. Alain Lemieux, number 9, picks up the rebound, and a perfect pass over there. Adams has a wide open net, and he puts it home. So the rebound right here causes the problem. Delorme makes the pad save, and there's Lemieux. Very unselfish there by Alain Lemieux, number 9.
This save by Marc Delorme kept the score 2-1 Pittsburgh at the end of the first quarter. We head back to the rink now, less than a minute in the second quarter.
Meisner in front. Coles score! Delorme went out to block Coles, and he is complaining about that. He may have interfered. I'm not quite sure if Coles tipped it or not. Certainly one of the most unusual goals we have seen in the RHI. Let's see what happened here. Meisner from the center line throws it toward the net. Delorme actually went out to get Coles, and I don't think Bruce ever touched the puck. And from that angle, it kind of looks like Coles interfered, but that was not really the case because Delorme out of the net came out to play it and almost looked like he was trying to check Bruce Coles. Scott Burfoot put home the rebound on Jamie Adams' shot from the left circle to give the Phantoms a 3-goal lead with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. But with only 15 seconds left in the quarter, Guy Rouleau picked up a pass by Bruce Coles and put the puck behind Sylvain Rodrigue to narrow the margin to 2 goals going to halftime. Craig Minervini back in the Rewind studio. When you see this name over here, Trottier, you think one thing: greatness, hockey greatness. Brian Trottier won 6 Stanley Cups in his NHL career. And Brian Trottier has another career now. It's in roller hockey. He's playing in the RHI. You might ask why. Well, we asked Brian.
I got involved with the RHI just by chance.
During our training camp for the Pittsburgh Phantoms, Brian was watching in one day, and we were short a few players, so he asked me if it was all right for him to come out and, skate around with the guys. I said, sure.
Sure enough, I went out there, got not only a good sweat, but I scored a couple goals. I said, okay, who's shorthanded tomorrow? I'll come back and do this all over again.
Right now, he's playing mostly home games, so we call him Brian Homer Trottier.
Well, the reason why I got involved with the RHI was I think it's got a great growth potential. I think it's just on the cusp of being something really big, and I wouldn't mind being involved in something in its infancy.
Describe Brian, he's a pretty loose guy where, he comes to have fun. He loves the game, no matter if it's ice hockey, roller hockey, deck hockey. He loves to play hockey. I know a lot of people saying, well, a future Hall of Famer, and why is he doing this? Because the guy loves the game, and if there's probably a lot of guys that are retired who'd love to come and play roller hockey, and there's a couple guys that are back playing roller hockey.
My experience so far being involved with RHI has been fantastic. The players that I'm playing with are a good group of guys, very skilled. The level of competition is much greater than I thought it was.
Playing with Brian, a lot of these kids are going to experience some of the leadership qualities that he has. I think he probably give them a little bit of that knowledge that could help them further their career.
It's a great learning experience for all of us. All of us watching the bench and playing out in the ice, and he really takes the shortcuts. At 6 NHL rings, Stanley Cup rings, he really knows what he's doing.
Even though he's only playing home games, there's a lot of respect from the players on our team. They know what he's accomplished in the National Hockey League.
Oh, he has a presence that other teams are maybe scared of him as what he's done before. So, it adds a lot for us. Plus, it adds support for us knowing there's someone out there who really knows what he's doing.
He settles them down a little bit at different times where, he'll get the puck, control it a little bit, where a younger guy might just get it, throw it away. Brian comes out, he plays, and, he gives you what he's got.
Brian? Oh, he's just 38 years old, 39 years old with a 6-year-old mind, He's just a kid, and all he wants to do is have fun.
Well, Brian had some commitments prior to learning he'd play in the RHI, but I'm sure his presence is still felt in the Pittsburgh locker room. Let's take a look and a listen, and we'll be back. In an attempt to alert the referees to the net having been dislodged, Montreal goaltender Marc Delorme pushed it over. And it will be Scott Burfoot getting the chance. He scored 31 goals in Huntsville. This past year was 8th in the ECHL in scoring. He comes in on Delorme. Let's watch him. He dinked him, and it's stopped, though, by Delorme, who got a piece of it and then celebrates A la Dave Tiger Williams after a goal.
All right. Delorme staying with the shooter all the way. Burfitt just tried to make a couple of neat moves. Look at that, 1 fake, 2 fakes, holds on as long as he can. Once again, he could not get it to the top of the net, and Delorme was sprawling. One thing I disagree with Delorme in that the puck was going the other way. Montreal had the puck. I think they should let the attacking team finish the attack, and then if there's a changeover, that's when you would blow it down, similar to like a delayed call on a penalty situation. But Delorme, he wanted the whistle right away. He got what he wanted, but he did. He also got that penalty shot.
The ref might be making a statement there as well. Roulet dumps it in deep. Jamie Adams in a little too deep, and Montreal comes back the other way. Here's Carl Boudreau. Shooting a quick cranker by Lacroix. That's sent wide of net. Boudreau again in front for Lacroix. Tries to wrap around. Oh, he had Rouleau all alone. It was stopped by Brulé on the back line. Now Eric losing control. Going back by Lacroix. Martin Lacroix, nice back pass to La Riviere. In for Rouleau. Boudreau coming in from the right point.
I didn't see him do it. I knew it.
Now Lacroix on it. 9.5 to go. Third quarter, if you're just joining us. Pittsburgh leading 4-2. They led 2-1 after 1, led 4-1, and then with 15 seconds to go in the second, Rouleau scoring his 10th to pull the Roadrunners within 2. Pittsburgh leading their way in the Central Division and won their first 8 straight this year. 2 new franchises in the RHI. Here's Brulé with a chance. Try to go back across the surface, picked off by Martin Lacroix. Long shift for him. In for Rouleau, coming down the right wing, holding, shooting, scores! Guy Rouleau, he picked the corner with the backhand at the end of the second. Now he goes far side on the forehand, and the Roadrunners are within 1.
It looks to me, Craig, that the pace is kind of slowed down, and I think that really is benefiting the Montreal Roadrunners. They've been a little tired. Rouleau picking up the puck again. He's looking. It was a 3-on-2, and I think he got the goaltender off guard right there. Rodrigue, the goaltender, was expecting Rouleau to pass here, no doubt about it. He came well out, but it was a 3-on-2, almost a 2-on-1 down low. It looked like maybe Rodrigue was a little bit off his angle right there.
Sylvain Gautier's tripping penalty early in the third period led to the only power play goal of the game.
Tripping is the call, so the Phantoms get a chance here. Their first power play of the evening.
The high-scoring Phantom, they average 10 goals a game, second in the league. Great chance here. Kevin Meisner coming in. Last one wide. That rebound will come right to Boudreau, but he can't clear it. Good job keeping in Buchanan. Trevor Buchanan looks to the net. Shoots, he scores! Oh, great effort by Trevor Buchanan. He kept Boudreau from clearing it. He kept the puck, got a good angle, and fired it home quickly. And a 2-goal advantage again for Pittsburgh.
The turnover kills Montreal once again.
That's right. We'll find out how he got that nickname in a little bit. I know he had the suntan lotion on the bench, but he doesn't need to use it now. 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. The Phantom leading by 2. Entertaining game for you this week. RHI game of the week. Good stick save, maybe a toe save by Sylvain Rodrigue. In the net, 2 good goaltenders going at it. 2 fine teams. Here's Doré. 2 teams that also could be pretty tough as well. Daniel Doré coming down to the backhand. Oh, he had Boudreau, rather Brassard all alone in front. Could not get it to him. Lacroix now in front to Doré. And he's stopped by Rodrigue. Another good chance. As you hear the inlines hit that tile surface. Eric Brulé coming down in front. A chance for Adams. Shooting, scores! We pass it over to Alain Lemieux. And a 4-point night, and we're really just getting going here. 6-3, the Phantom up by 3 again.
Great example right here by these players of what happens when you're unselfish.
Jim Fox, Craig Minervini back in the Rewind studio. It is rule number 68, and it is very brief. The offside rule. The idea is keep the game going, keep the whistles to a minimum. And that's the biggest difference, I think, Jim, between the ice hockey game and the roller hockey game. It's the offside rule.
There is a big difference in roller hockey. It really sets itself apart from ice hockey when you talk about the offside rule. In roller hockey, they try to simplify things. The reason it is more simple, because there's only one line to contend with, the center line, when you're talking about offside. Now, on a pass over that center line, it's similar to ice hockey. The puck must precede the receiver over the center line, otherwise it's offside. But if you carry the puck over the center line, there's a big difference. Basically, the offside rule disappears. Carry the puck over the center line. You can do anything. Anything goes. That opens it up. End-to-end action.
Yeah, I can hang by the net, actually, and you can come across the line and set me up in front, so the defense has to worry about me even when you have the puck way outside the zone.
Carry the puck over the center line. That changes a lot of things when you talk about strategy. Affects the defense especially. You said it. You can hang near the goal, and it really spreads out the defense because you carry the puck over, and it really keeps that game going. There's less whistles. The offense is back and forth. It makes it more exciting.
Hey, keep the game moving. That is the idea with the limited offside rule. Let's get back to the game, the Montreal Roadrunners and the Pittsburgh Phantoms. As the fourth quarter begins, Montreal finds themselves down 3 goals.
11:31 here on the clock. The Phantoms leading by 3. Jim Fox down on the bench. We will check in with him in a moment. I see he's sitting next to Aaron Witten, one of 2 female goaltenders in the RHI. Played with Toledo and Dallas last year in the minor league. Shot, save, a rebound. Came out to Rouleau, and he couldn't get his stick to it. Good stop, though, on Gendron's shot. And here comes Pittsburgh. Lemieux coming down. Slap shot. Stopped again by Delorme. Played by Jamie Adams. Across the surface. Pass stolen by Montreal. Back the other way. Boudreau, cross. Shot, score! What a great move by Gendron. Pierre Gendron with a great move as Boudreau set him up, and the Roadrunners are within 2.
Greg, I think part of that move was the deception of Gendron, that it looked like a couple of times he was going to lose the puck. Really didn't look like he had good control. He gets it in his skates, kind of goes back up. He makes a good stick handle and goes far side. Very surprising right there. It looked like perhaps the only room was the near side, but he just sneaks it underneath the knob area right there, the stick. The goaltender tries to get it flat on the ice.
Carl Boudreau will get the assist. Gendron's 3rd, and Montreal now within 2. And that's typical fourth quarter play for Montreal all season long. Roadrunners keep it in once again. Belrose across the surface. Threw it over to Doré. Doré now back in front, all on Lacroix, bumped by Coles, and Pittsburgh will get it out. Here's Bruce Coles. Up ahead for Glenn Clark. He'll get a chance. Back to Coles in front. Shot! It scores! Trevor Buchanan. A beautiful passing play by the Phantoms. And it's 7-4. Pittsburgh up by 3 again. Nice play.
We've seen quite a few of those from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh showing us their unselfishness. We talked about it already. The balance offensively. No real big stars on the Phantoms, but they use each other so well. You see one drop pass and then the cross pass right there. Montreal just getting caught up floor.
With the Pittsburgh Phantom cheering on his team, we go back to the play 5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Going back, here's Burfoot again. Burfoot goes to the right side, a shot off the post by Wilcox. Now played again across the surface. There's Wilcox who goes back in, he scores! And Mr. Hollywood has scored for the Phantoms, and they lead 8-4.
No giving up there by Wilcox. He missed the first chance, but kept himself in the play, went right back to the front, and does a good job picking up the puck. He had to pick the puck out of his skates, kicked it right onto his stick.
And it looks like Toronto Mikalev will come into the game.
Mikalev will come in, and certainly Montreal is used to this situation. For the most part this season, the Roadrunners have been going with 2 goaltenders, changing at halftime. But this was the first game Yvan Cournoyer, the coach, told us he was going to experiment with going with 1 guy all the way. But now as we get near the end of the game, 6:54 remaining and a 4-goal deficit. Right now he goes with Mikalev. And there's a look at Mark Delorme. He had a great game. He kept his team in there for the most part, making a couple of exceptional saves. And Mikalev in goal. Mikalev has NHL experience with the Detroit Red Wings.
Shot by Boudreau. Big stop by Rodriguez, who's been terrific for Pittsburgh. And here come the Phantom once again the other way. Adams coming in. On the backhand, he scores! Oh, he made Mikalev look silly there with a terrific move on the breakaway. And very quickly, Corrado was in, but it makes no difference. The Phantoms score again.
Belrose scored in a smooth give-and-go play with Pierre Gendron to bring Montreal back to within 4 goals with less than 4 minutes in the game. 2 minutes later, Gendron sent up Carl Boudreau, and he scored on an almost identical play. Let's head back to the surface now for the last minute of game action. Circling is La Riviere up to Dore. Minute and 2 to go. Now Gendron, nice move, scores! Pierre Gendron with 59 seconds to go. It's a 2-goal game here at the Igloo.
Gendron's really turned it on here in the fourth quarter.
42 to go. And Pittsburgh by 2. Now Cook will get a chance to clear Lemieux. He'll work it out, empty net. Here's Brock Woods. Woods coming in, shooting, scores! And there was no doubt about it. Brock Woods, who scored the big goal in the last game for Pittsburgh, a game winner against Florida, shorthanded, a 2-man disadvantage, may have put this game away with the empty netter.
And the Phantom now with a 3-goal lead.
And Alain Lemieux with another assist, and he is having a very Mario-like night with a goal and 4 assists. I want to check, see if that is Mario down there, Jim. 19 seconds to go, fourth quarter. And Alain is having a lot of fun playing for the Phantoms. Boudreau will get a chance with 9 seconds to go. Comes into the backhand, shooting through the screen, and then knocked in. And Rouleau, I believe, gets the goal with 4 seconds to go. And the Roadrunners scoring their 8th goal. Looked like Rouleau in front.
It was Rouleau. He goes in here on the backhand. He'll just pick up a rebound right there from behind the net. Rouleau very quick to take the puck from behind the goal line out in front again. Boudreau is the player making the play. The defenseman up the floor. There's Rouleau. You see no real celebration. You mentioned it, Craig. Only 4 seconds remaining. So the game is basically over. Rouleau, though, picking up the hat trick.
The Pittsburgh Phantoms average 10 goals a game, and they average giving up 8 goals a game. And take a look at the score here tonight from the Igloo. Pittsburgh Phantom winning the game. And congratulating Sylvain Rodrigue. Craig Minervini back with Jim Fox in the Rewind studio. Nice effort for the Phantoms here, beating the Montreal Roadrunners by the score of 10-8. And Montreal made a late run, but not enough today.
In roller hockey, you're never out of it. So Montreal did come on at the end, but Pittsburgh really proved the smarts, the positioning. They know how to play the game very well. I think the hitting aspect of the game for Pittsburgh also, very important. They knocked Montreal off stride. One guy, Alain Lemieux, very unselfish. 4 assists in the game. He knew the right time to give up the puck.
Some news around the league. Minnesota has won 3 straight, now just 2 points back of the Phantoms. Los Angeles has won 4 straight. They're making a move in the Pacific.
2 teams doing very well. Minnesota, they're doing it with all offense. Los Angeles, the Blades, they're learning how to play some pretty good defense. Good goaltending, so it's working for them.
I got a team for you. Buffalo. They've won 3 straight. They're now 8-2-1. I like that team, the Stampede. We'll see you next time on RHI Rewind. For Jim Fox, I'm Craig Minervini. So long, everybody.